Hi, my name is Jake, and I'm 28 years old. I'm going to tell you a very tragic yet interesting story that I experienced a few months ago. There was this cafe a few blocks away from my home. I frequently used to visit that place. It was a good spot to observe people. You might find it a bit weird, but this was actually part of my job, observing people, monitoring their activities, and lastly, reporting them to my team. Of course, there were some specific people that I had to keep track of, but it never hurt to be cautious and just keep an eye on everyone. Well, one day, the cafe hired a new part-timer named Julia. I was doubtful of her from the moment I saw her. Rather than doing her job properly, she seemed more interested in flirting with every man who entered the cafe. Of course, that included me. "Hi," she smiled brightly one day. "You seem like a regular. Do you work around here or something?" I shrugged. "Maybe." "What do you do?" she asked without missing a beat. I didn't want to be rude, but I'd seen her doing this on a daily basis, so I gave her an uninterested look. "Why should I tell you?" She seemed a bit shocked by my reply, but quickly composed herself and laughed nervously. "I was just asking out of curiosity, but you don't have to tell me if you don't want to." "Do you ask out of curiosity to everyone?" I scoffed. "Because I've seen you flirting with men who are apparently rich or have really good jobs." She looked like she wanted to yell at me, but she had to maintain her fake facade, so she just smiled and walked away. I thought she'd give up after that, but nope. I don't know what she was thinking, but she just kept trying to talk to me every day. I also noticed how I was her only focus now. Was she trying to prove a point or something? I had no idea, but the best I could do was ignore her. One day, however, my attention was drawn towards the counter when a woman entered the cafe and started arguing with Julia. They took their argument outside when the manager yelled at them, so I couldn't hear anything. When Julia came back inside, I waited 5 minutes or so, and then left the cafe to chase after the woman. Thankfully, I found her standing in a corner, crying to herself. "Hi, I'm Jake," I introduced cautiously. "I saw you inside just now. Is everything okay?" "It's not," she sobbed. "That girl at the cafe has robbed me of all my money." I did a double take. "What? What do you mean?" "She's a con artist," the woman replied. "She pretended to be an investment broker and ran away with all my money. I found her, but unfortunately I have no proof." Ah, damn, I knew it. As I said, I had my doubts about Julia since the very beginning. Now everything made sense. So this is why she always chased after rich men. The cafe was the perfect place for her to find her next victim. And it seemed like she had fixated on me. I guess she thought I was super rich or something. The element of mystery was definitely working in my favor. I went back home and did some research on Julia. I had to give it to her. She knew how to keep things under wrap. She wasn't on social media. I couldn't find any info using her fake name. I was assuming Julia was a fake name, and probably her appearance was false too. There was only one way to gather proof against her. I had to get close to her. The next day, I went to the cafe. I tried to be polite to her. I couldn't change my behavior altogether, or it would be very suspicious. So, I opened up slowly. Julia was a bit alarmed, yes. But she totally bought my sob story. I told her that I'd lost my friend a few days ago, so I was in a really bad mood and all. But now that I think about it, that wasn't any excuse to be rude, I said. She sighed. "Yeah, you were not only rude, but also arrogant. It felt like you were trying to humiliate me." No, I frowned. "I just refused to talk to you." "Yeah, that's like rejecting me," she said. "No guy has ever treated me like that before. I was really mad at first, but then I was intrigued. You had me really curious, not gonna lie. I thought that you were hiding some big secret." Oh, I was. But why would I ever tell her about it? "So," she started jokingly, "what is it?" Do you have a secret island or something that you don't want to tell anyone? I made a shocked face. How did you know? It was her turn to be surprised. Wait, what? You really own an island? I was just kidding. Well, not exactly an island, I leaned in to whisper, but I recently inherited a lot of money and property from a distant relative. No one knows about it, not even my family. I'm afraid that people will try to get rid of me just to get their hands on all that money. Damn, that's tough. She shook her head. I wish I could help you. It's okay, I replied. I already feel a bit relieved after sharing my secret with you. Just please don't tell anyone. Of course I won't. She gave me a creepy smile. I don't like to share. Yeah, I knew exactly what she was thinking. She wanted all my money to herself. Too bad that that money was non-existent. A few days passed and we started dating. It was really difficult to pretend that I liked her, but I just kept reminding myself that this is my job. A month or two had passed, and Julia started pressuring me for marriage. Heck no, I am not ready for marriage, I told her firmly. Okay, but can we at least get engaged? She almost begged. Someone was desperate. Well, I wanted to get rid of her as soon as possible, so I guess it was best to accelerate things. So I agreed to an engagement. Thank you so much, Jake, she squealed. Let's go shop for our rings then. There's one that I saw the other day while hanging out with my friends. Ah, so this was the purpose of the engagement. She wanted a ring. Sure, let's buy it then, I smiled. She brought me to a very luxurious store. The ring that she wanted cost more than $1 million. To humor her, I bought the ring with my credit card. After getting home, I installed a tracking chip inside the ring. Now, I would just have to tolerate her for a few days. We were supposed to get engaged in a very grand ceremony, but guess what? Julia ran away with the ring before that could happen. Yeah, I totally did not see that coming. Note the sarcasm. Thank God for the tracking chip. I was able to find out that she was at the airport. I guess she was going to flee the country. Just how much of a fool did she take me for? I called my team and we made preparations to arrest her at the airport. Once we got there, I ordered my team to wait for my instructions. I found Julia in the lounge. She was sitting there comfortably with the big diamond ring perched on her finger. And I approached her from behind. Going somewhere? I whispered in her ear. She jumped at least 3 feet in the air. Oh my God, Jake! I nodded. Why are you so surprised to see me? We were supposed to get married, remember? I said loudly for everyone to hear. She gave me a nervous smile. Come on now, Jake. Let's talk somewhere else. We're disturbing the others. We are disturbing no one, I said in a flat tone. You have something that belongs to me. She quickly held the ring behind her back. What are you talking about? The ring, I said. Thanks to that, I was able to find you. Oh, I didn't tell you? The ring has a tracking chip. What the hell? She shrieked, and immediately tossed away the ring in my direction. I nodded at my team and they came forward to arrest her before she could run away. Let me go! I haven't done anything! She screamed. Sure, and I'm an FBI agent, I smirked. Oh wait, I actually am. Are you serious? She exclaimed in shock. I shrugged. Why else do you think I even bothered to talk to you? I needed to catch you red-handed. She started protesting, but nothing was going to happen to her now. Later, she confessed all her crimes and was sentenced to a jail term along with a huge fine. And as you guys know by now, I'm an FBI agent. That's why Julia was on my radar from the start. I get to work on specific projects, but in Julia's case, I guess I just got lucky to have discovered her crimes.